starting off because I was just on my mind about Vegas and people bring they badass kids to Vegas what they don't need to do. Keep your goddamn kids at home when you go to Vegas. Y'all see the ass and titties walking around Vegas all day? Weed, drinking, gambling, but you bring your goddamn, and you wonder what's wrong with them. You wonder they fucked up. I don't fuck with people in the drive-thru that's fucking with my food. I hate, let me tell you something. I hate being with somebody in the car with me and y'all ordering and you getting mad at the people. Man, don't get mad at them goddamn people in there. For what somebody out there going through some type of shit like that's in love with a motherfucker that don't even like them. And you put these people on a pedestal. We gotta stop putting people on the pedestal. You are the pedestal. You gotta become that person. You gotta love yourself. What's up, it's your boy Pop, and we are back at Big Stick Energy right here at the Den. And don't forget about Big Stick Energy. It's brought to you by Brock Brand, also Quad Houston, and the Den Cigar Lounge. Well, another week has passed, another week has came, and we are back on Big Stick Energy on this show. And I had a little trip last week and went out to Vegas for the cigar conference and had a real good time, and I know we all smoke cigars on this panel. So there's a lot of things that we're gonna, a new product that we're gonna bring for the, for the Den, as far as cigars and also lighters and torches and things like that. We found some dope ass torches. But out of Vegas, and I'm just thinking like, and it's just me, why the fuck people take their kids to Vegas? Like, I just didn't get that. I didn't understand that. And Vegas is the wrong place to take a kid. I've always said that. Don't take no damn kids to Vegas. But anyway, we had a good time out in Vegas. A lot of great things. Houston was representing deep in Vegas. When I say it was more Houston people at the cigar conference, different retailers that was there than any other city. Houston represented, and it was great. And I know next year it's gonna be in New Orleans. So New Orleans is really gonna represent big time. And I got an idea for all my regular people that come. I got something big. We're going to do something nice in New Orleans next year. I'm coming up with a master plan now, so don't forget. Y'all get ready. April the 11th, that weekend, start getting your mind together. You got a whole year. So April 11th weekend, you got a whole year. Vic. Come on, Vic. We got a seat for you over here.
Come on, buddy. Come on over here.
Yeah. Mr. Reverend Deacon Dr. Victor Burks. But check this out. Next year, Lord say the same. Open them calendars up. April 11th weekend. New Orleans. We got something special. I got something brewing in my head that we're gonna do just for us, cause I want the Den to be represented big out there. So when people know and they're gonna see enough shirts and they're gonna see everything, I want that for us out there. But so that was just my little spiel that's starting off, because I was just on my mind about Vegas and people bring they badass kids to Vegas what they don't need to do. Keep your goddamn kids at home when you go to Vegas. Y'all see the ass and titties walking around Vegas all day? Weed, drinking, gambling, But you bring your goddamn, and you wonder what's wrong with them. You wonder they fucked up.
They taking them to circus.
You taking, you're taking them in Vegas. Period. You know, hey man, if you want to take your kids somewhere, take them to Orlando. That's for the kids right there. God damn. But anyway, so we finna start this thing off. We're gonna go to my left all the way around. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are and your handle. Let's go.
Well, I ain't got no handles or nothing like that, but my name is Les Grant, born and raised in Houston, Texas, and the Den is my spot.
Slim. My real name is Shanine. Everybody always, what's your real name? It's Shanine. And if you don't pronounce it correctly, just Slim. It's all good. I don't have a handle either, but I love the Den. It's a great platform. Everybody here is cool. So let's go.
Hey, y'all. I got a handle. So listen, my handle is Coco from Houston. Of course, y'all know me as Coco. Happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me. Let's go.
My name is Terrence Shanks. I'm a Denite also. My handle is at Instagram and Oopshadishi. And like everybody said, the Den is the place to be. Thanks.
My name is Richard Cunningham, no handle, from Houston.
No hair neither, but no. No. We're gonna leave that alone. Go, Antonio.
My name is Antonio. I'm originally from North Carolina. Jose say North Carolina. I don't have a handle either, but Houston is my home.
Hello, everybody. I'm Red Snapper from Louisiana, and I have plenty handles, and don't let me handle you.
And she ain't talking about basketball neither.
H-Town Vic, straight out of South Park, Texas. Houston, Texas, sometimes South Park, Texas, all the time South Park, Texas.
All right, H-Town Vic. Yeah. Okay, so check this out. So y'all know how it works right here with Big Stick Energy. It's unfiltered. Talk about whatever we talk about. You don't have to bleep yourself or beep yourself. We ain't beeping shit out, so that's just what it is. We talk about and everything. But we kind of keep it a little professional. We don't, try to talk about nobody that bad. But here's the thing. So a lot of people are fucking weird. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell y'all why. A lot of people are fucking weird and do crazy ass shit. So I'm watching the news, and that's a weird ass couple. So the husband, he walks around HEB, fondling little girls, taking pictures, pedophile shit. So the cops go and they arrested him, goes through his phone, and then goes to his wife's phone, and they found in her phone, she fucking the dog.
The dog?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even got to know what background these people are.
But no, listen to me. This is what I'm saying. People do, there's some weird ass fucking people out there.
Beyond weird. Sick. Like Slim said, that's sick.
Who fucks their, first of all, don't fuck with kids.
First of all.
That's the number one thing. Do not fuck with kids. Why are you gonna do that? What's your reason behind it? It's enough freaky ass adults out here that'll give you some ass, or to give you some dick, or whatever it is you like, or booty hole, or whatever it is you like. It's enough people. It's enough adults over 18 and 21 that will give you all your sexual pleasures. But you go fuck with a kid. And here's my thing about fucking with kids. Then we're gonna talk about fucking with dogs. Here's my thing about fucking with kids. Anybody that fuck with a kid, do not give him life. I mean, do not kill him. No. Well, you ain't got. You can catch. Here's my thing about it. Put them in general population. Just put them in gen pop. And tell the guys, hey, look, don't kill him, but y'all can have your way with him. So motherfuckers can see how it feel when you fuck with a kid. That's just me. Yeah, that's a little sick to me because you're gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick back to you.
Oh, okay.
What y'all first before we go into the woman fucking the dog? What y'all think about
The man.
this? Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna just speak from what I saw a couple of times, some videos for real.
Okay.
And I know we're in a different, we're in Houston, but Mexico is right around the corner. They don't play that. If you rape or you molest or anything, their kids or a young girl, they will, like he said, they will do some. So what they did was this one guy did that, and they put them naked, and they put the pit bull on them, and that pit, you saw it, and that pit bull ate his penis off. I mean, he ate it off. So guess what? I don't feel sorry.
I don't either.
I don't feel sorry for him neither. Now you got a real pussy. Okay. now you got a pussy. So now you finna get fucked.
You gotta change. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, you ruin this kid's life for just a few moments of pleasure. Your few moments of pleasure ruins this kid for the rest of their life.
Yeah. I mean, the mentality. So when you get a kid and they very impressionable, you can do it. You can tell a kid anything and they're gonna pretty much if they don't know any better. But when you do that to kids, that's the sickest thing I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
So, a lot of people who do that, it's been done to them, and they pass it down. And a normal person wouldn't even think of anything like that. Those are not even in your thoughts to look at a child like that. That innocence is gone forever. I mean, almost everybody knows somebody or in their lifetime, they've experienced something like that. Even if the stepdaddy or the whoever offers a child something that feels weird. That's never happened to me, thank God. And I never put my kids in that type of situation. If I had to go to the store and I was dating someone, they were going with me, after I was married. But I'm just saying, that's something that's just sick. And I agree with, you guys saying that person ought to experience that. Even if you cut off their appendage, they're still thinking that sickness is still in their brain. They could do something else, use hands, use other things on those children. And I really believe most of the population of homosexuality is derived from that. Honestly, that's how I feel. But it's an epidemic that really needs to be stopped because these children, they're scared to death because an adult is telling them, if you tell them, I'm going to kill your mama or I'm going to kill your daddy.
And it makes you think. It makes you think about, and I feel for women. And here's what I'm gonna say about what I feel for women. I feel for women about that because most women have kids. You don't know the man that's coming in that you dating that's coming in your house. You don't know until you know. And there's a lot of sick motherfuckers out there that would date you to get to your kids. As crazy as it fucking sounds. There's a lot of them out here to do that. So I feel for a woman, everything that y'all have to put up with, besides a nigga cheating on you, hitting you, or whatever the situation may be that he may do that's crazy. To me, that's even crazier. That's even sick. That's more sick than all the rest of that shit is sick. But messing with a kid that don't know no better, that's That's just fucking said. Anybody else got on this? I just read this and I just want to talk about that real quick. Anybody else got something to say about this?
I know that in jail, because I used to be an officer in jail and a GD specialist, and I would hear incidents after incidents where if an inmate found out that you did that, they're gonna screw you in the ass and they're gonna beat the shit out of you all the time. So they have to end up being in protective custody, because if they found out you were a molester or you raped a young child, you're out of there.
Fuck that. Fuck that protective custody. Do not protect these motherfuckers at all. Beat their ass in. Literally. Beat their ass. Literally. Cause them kids weren't protected. Why should they protect your ass? You fucked up them. Go ahead.
What's so sad is they have these guys flying to these different countries for these kids. It's like on the menu. They'll hold a menu up for the little kids.
The crazy thing is that they don't see it as being wrong because they think that it's a legitimate sexuality. That's the fucked up part about it. So they don't give a shit. They honestly don't give a fuck.
Sick bastards. All right, so that was the husband. Now, the wife, the wife went on and started fucking the family dog. Yeah, it was on the news. Y'all got to watch the news sometime.
I never heard.
So, all of these motherfucking men out here, horny ass men out here, you want to go fuck a dog. Come on, man. What the fuck?
It don't make no sense. You couldn't make that make sense.
It don't make sense. That's just it.
Is that considered cheating?
Fucking with a dog? Is it?
I can't.
Is it really considered cheating? She's fucking the dog. And it's the family dog. It ain't the stray. He living in the house. Is it?
You know what? I think in that situation, when you have, which I will never be, but when you have people that have done all kinds of things sexually, and they just, I know she's crazy mentally, I get it, but at the same time, when they have done everything you can think of, they think of stupid shit like that and just psychotic shit like that, and that's probably one of the reasons. Besides this lady being real crazy, she probably just looking for something else, crazy to do sexually because she's fucked up in the head.
Well, she a white woman. Go fuck a black man.
Bob,
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out how you get the dog to cooperate. Did you? I mean, how you get him to cooperate?
I don't want
Was she doing him or he was doing her?
I
mean, getting way out there, but
well, it may have been some. You think she gave the dog head? Think that? Terrence, it sounds like you got something to say. Say something.
Well, you're right. We don't know what has happened to these people in their childhood, their upbringing. They obviously are a product of their environment now because of, what they're doing. Mental illness comes in, and I'm not giving a pass. I'm just saying mental illness comes in many forms. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, so at the end of the day, sick ass people out there, one fucking with kids, the other one fucking with dogs. What a marriage. What a fucking marriage.
Did he divorce her?
See, that's why they together.
Nah, they together. Well, that's Montgomery County for you. Okay, so we're gonna move on.
No. That's so you got to be careful when you put your dating app pictures up and have your dog in the goddamn picture.
Oh my God.
Why you put dogs in your dating app picture, Coco?
Oh my God. No, I don't have no dogs. But no, that's disgusting.
Oh, okay. All right, we wasn't to say okay.
No, I'm just saying that's disgusting. I don't have any dogs. I don't have a dog. But that's crazy that you even thought of that. Like, You gotta watch out about your dog. So somebody that's potentially interested in you, they may be interested in your dog. That's disgusting. That's some next level ass shit.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna go to the next thing. And did anybody follow Willie D? Y'all follow Willie D? Okay. So Willie just had a post that today. So I know weeks ago, about a month ago, so we talked about a chick that the guy sent $15 for lunch. Okay. So Willie D put a post on it was a panel of women, and they talked about $30 for lunch, and none of them would take it. Like, no, that's beneath me. Yeah. He better send 100. I'm like, what? Look.
It's almost worse than a Periscope.
If you follow Willie D, you can look at the post. It's on Instagram. If you follow it, now these women on this panel, and I only go on Instagram a lot of times just for the comments. And the comments were fucking hilarious, talking about these women. What kind of shallow ass women are out there? And they wonder why. Couple things. Black women wonder why black men go to white women, or you wonder why your ass single, period. Because of shit like that. These women make black women look bad. And I'm not talking about I want black women, but these women are making black women look bad.
I got something to say.
Go ahead.
I just feel like the people who do these podcasts, they try to get they are trying to pit men and women against each other, which I like to call men versus women podcasts or whatever. They try to get people who are controversial because it makes them have better numbers in the comments and more engagement. These women that are, quote unquote, these women, because you know that's a triggering word as well, that that a lot of these podcasters put on, they are pinpointing women who have way out there ideologies, not just the norm like you have over here. We are not the same, but we're in the vicinity of being normal. Now you get these other girls that talking about, $100 is not enough. In what world is $100 not enough, or $30 is not enough? For lunch, exactly, Slim. For lunch, that don't make no sense. So they're grabbing these girls, especially who have a very young mentality, or they may have a lot of different, what is it called, traumas in their life, or they just feel like, I'm getting to the bag. Every woman is not like that. A lot of women are not like that. So of course, grab those girls, but then when it becomes popular, these men they tend to gravitate towards that because they had one or two heartbreaks. And men tend to not get over heartbreaks as easily as women. So they grasp on that, and then they magnify it, and then comment on it. And then, everybody, oh, yeah, these women are like this. All women are not like that. Most women are not like that.
I know all the women on this panel and the women in the audience, I know they're not like that.
Yes, of course.
But these women, I just had to say something about it because $30 for lunch, that's a lot of money. For lunch, you could buy you and a coworker lunch. Hey, girl, let's go to lunch together. Because Chick-fil-A is the shit to me. Yeah. Raising Cane's is the shit to me. I go to either one of them. Wendy's
got a $5 bag, and I get it all the time.
$7.
All you gotta do is give me $6.50. Give me $6.50, and I'm
Mr. Chicken Man back here, Vic, wing dinner with fries. Come on, man. But $30? Come on,
They be
man.
trying to go to Steak 48 and shit, but they don't even be buying that stuff on their own. So these girls that be talking that smack need to just go
Once
ahead.
again, Steak 48 is overrated. A lot of these places are overrated. Now, don't get me wrong, it's good, but it ain't worth all the hype everybody talk about with that shit. So. But I just wanted to talk about that part because it's fucking funny to me that there are women out there that's so fucking shallow that $15 and $30 is not enough money for them.
So a lot of times people are not even going out on dates anymore for lunch because you only have an hour. And why are you asking somebody for some money for lunch anyway? I mean, if they offer it to you, I think that it's great that they're offering you to buy your lunch. That's just a wonderful thought for somebody to even offer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you an example. So I went to lunch with someone last week, and we just talked. We didn't go to the actual restaurant. We just talked. I don't ever ask anybody for anything. I want your heart. You know, I just want to get to know you. I promise on everything. The man gave me $100 just for nothing. It was nothing, just $100. And I'm like, what is this for? This is for your time, and you know. But I'm not bragging about it because that's never happened to me. So I was shocked that he just gave me $100, and I'm like, I felt away because that's not what this was about. This was just us, you know, spending a little time together. And I was, baby.
Did you keep it?
Hold on, I was just about to say that. Sounds
I knew
like
somebody was gonna say.
Hold on. Sounds like Rufus gave a down payment.
Okay. Well, check
I love
this
you.
out.
You know I
Hold
love
on,
you. You know
hold
I love
on.
you.
Respect the mic. Respect the mic. So it sounds like Rufus gave a down payment on something in the future.
First of all, I didn't know your ass was cheating on me.
Uh-oh.
I ain't gonna take too much more of this goddamn disrespect, goddamn.
Let's talk about it.
Nah, but you got some men out like that. Some men just would pay just for your time. But I don't know if it make a woman feel like it's a certain type of way, you know, certain women. Now, what I am going to do in a few weeks, I'm going to have some strippers on. See the mentality of strippers.
Amen.
Because a lot of them live like that.
Amen.
A whole lot of them live. No, listen to me. No, listen to me. So you get a perspective from how they think and what's on their mind, and you know how they feel, because they have a whole different perspective on life because all the money comes fast.
Amen.
So, and I've worked in the strip club for years, and I know what's on their mind, and I know how, and I'm gonna tell you, fellas, what you see on stage ain't the same thing you see in the locker room.
And it's a business.
Yeah.
It's a business. So.
Because a lot of them motherfuckers are nasty. Nasty. Like, ugh, girl, you on stage and this dude, yeah. I've seen it all in that business. But, yeah, I wanted to talk about that and talk about my boy. So, shout out to my boy VY. I don't know what happened. Ain't my business. The nigga snuck you. And because I know if it was face-to-face, straight up, one-on-one, he wouldn't have did Vince like that. Not at all. Vince would have mopped him up. So what happened was a month ago, the video just came out, and dude punched Vince Young in the face. Put him on the ground. Sucker punch. It was a sucker punch. He sucker punched him, and you know, and now it's out on videos all over everywhere. And everybody that knows Vince knows if it was a straight up fight, it wouldn't have happened. Vince would have mopped him. But he did that. He did that, and he got away with it. And the type of guy Vince is, he's not going to press charges on him. Hey, it happened. We know how it is when we live, you know, when you're out in these streets and you know motherfuckers gonna try you, they gonna do whatever they can, they're gonna get you out your character. But he kept his character, he didn't do anything, didn't retaliate, nor he pressed charges. Shout out to you, little bro. I know that was bullshit, because we all know you. And whoever the dude is, yeah, you got you one in. fight a man straight up if you're gonna do it. Can't brag on it. You can't brag on it at all. But so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about the elephant in America. All right, yo, it's your boy Pop, and we are back, Big Stick Energy, right here at the Den, located on 4608 Almeda. And so, I know we talked about some current events, but nothing more current than what we're about to talk about now. And how I feel about this situation is, for years, even when you're a kid, when you look up to certain people, not saying you're not idolizing, you just look up to certain people, from pastors and teachers and movie stars and celebrities or whatever. And when you start finding out shit about people, it kind of like, damn. I ain't know all of that. Even when R. Kelly went through his shit, Michael Jackson went through his shit. Now, we got Diddy with his shit. There's a lot going on, y'all. Y'all want to talk about it? Somebody pick up and let's start. I'll start the conversation. Go.
Well, I'm just kind of bothered by the whole thing, because we as black people, it just seems like we the only ones that are in some mess. I don't ever see any white or any other races against each other regarding if they're rich, if they're poor. We always got something going on. But we got a guy that's running for president that has numerous felony accounts. They didn't tear up his house like that. Whatever Diddy did, he did it. Whatever, if he didn't do it, I'm just not understanding how it is you are a billionaire and you are caught up in some nonsense, but Donald Trump is able to. Y'all, if y'all don't find me, just know that my soul is all right. But I'm just saying, I just don't understand, how it is that Diddy and who else got caught up in all of this nonsense. And I just don't understand.
No, I get what you're saying about, the comparison. Now, we did have the Epstein thing. We did have that. I'm just saying, Weinstein, Epstein, that guy. So we could compare it all day to who was doing what. We could compare that all day. So, anybody else got any thoughts on this? Hello?
My heart was broke.
Huh?
After I found out that they took America's father away from us. I'm talking about Bill Cosby, first of all, Started with that. And then I think overall between Diddy and some of the others, that it's just an assault as the media continues to do. It's paint the narrative of the African-American male, Notice these guys have reached the monetary pinnacle, in their lives, and all of a sudden, due to social media or because of he say, she say, their character, is no good to us no more. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's really up to us to decide what's real and what's not, But it's hard because when somebody trying to be an editor of a newspaper, they're not going to paint you in the best light. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to put it out there that, hey, he a beast. And then it didn't help when Cassie came out with saying she did this, because like nowadays, I don't care where you at. If a woman say you did this, you did that, you automatically ostracized. Your reputation ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to recover from that, even though, look at Deshaun Watson. He might have, he might not. But so many women said that, and everybody, most women and some men, they agree with that. And then he ended up having to pay a fine and all that other stuff, So I'm just saying, you have to look at, it's just harder to tell, to decipher what's real and what's not, with all this media and social media, going on. I mean, you go on Instagram and you think this woman look beautiful, but she using filters. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna say this. Y'all understand it's hard to tell, but when the feds got something on you,
Boom.
I'm about to say.
You about to say?
when the feds come fuck with you, when they come fuck with you, they not spending
They got
government money
100%.
on bullshit.
At all.
100% conviction
Go
rate.
ahead, go ahead.
Let me say this here. I've been on the side of a federal warrant where I was working with Homeland. For them to come out and hit 4 houses with that much manpower, y'all might as well say goodbye to him.
You ain't lying.
You can sit there and say, well, it's the media. No, it's not the media. Somebody from the inside has gave information up. They had enough to go to a judge, a federal judge, and get a warrant on 4 houses across the country.
Say, man, all I can say, if the feds come fuck with you,
You got problems.
You got a problem.
that's a fucking problem.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Let me give you an example of how the feds do their case. Now, when they come to your house and you get your attorney and they say, okay, well, we'll send you what we got. They sending you 36 boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Wiretaps, photos. They done had everybody that's been in your house on a photo. They usually run a case 2 years. So when they come at you, they coming strong. I feel for it.
Yeah,
My thing, I know that you were saying that, they're coming for black people or black men or anybody that's predominant, that's been in the industry forever, or we look up to them and everything like that. These people they did their own dirt. So they did it. If they didn't do it or they wasn't around it, they wouldn't have no cases against them or people do allegations against them. So I understand that you're saying that they come for everybody. So if they weren't in it, especially P. Diddy, how deep he is in it, or Cosby, how deep he was in it back then, shit floats. So don't do the dirt, and then you won't have to do the time. That's my thing.
It also gets to a point to where you think that you're so big and you got so much money to where you're untouchable. You're untouchable, so you get a little loose with things,
Cause he ain't have no Elon Musk type money.
No.
See, them people like that, they can make everything disappear. So it's the crazy part about, when people have power like that. I had a friend of mine years ago. He was going to work on the Beltway and he had his kids in the back seat of the car. So they was doing construction on the Beltway, so he had to stop. Drunk driver came in a truck, hit him, killed all 3 of them, right? Well, why the person that did it, it ain't part of still alive. All that shit, we ain't heard nothing else about it. I don't know who hit him. It had to be somebody in power or somebody that knows somebody with power to take care of that. Because that person ain't in jail. When you're a powerful person, if you got that type of money or you got that type of pool in somewhere, some people can get away with it, some people can't. But by him being however type of millionaire he is, you can be touched. They can touch you. And we know how the feds are. And we know the feds gonna come after whatever it is you got going on that you think you can get away with, you can't. Now, like I say, that Elon Musk type of money, I'm pretty sure that motherfucker doing all kind of shit. But hey, he can pay off the world.
Have change.
He can pay out the world,
Have
or
change.
he got some powerful friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because when you make the comparison, you look at the Attorney General Paxton, he just got his charges dismissed. He got to do community service and shit. You got Trump running around here talking about grabbing by the pussy and all that. And yet and still, they raiding Diddy's house. And Diddy, he's still out. And you got Curtis online, being the hype man for the feds.
Well, they went after Trump, but they didn't go after Trump like this.
Right.
They went after Trump like. So you remember the Dave Chappelle show when they switched roles and he was the dope dealer and they came and they called him and told him. That's how they went after Trump. They called him and told him, hey, look, we need you to come in at this time. They didn't give Diddy the opportunity to do that. They went and fucked this shit up.
Yeah.
It's a difference. Our skin. They gonna treat us a certain type of way, but they're not gonna treat them the same. Come on, we already know what it is. We know what it is, man. So I don't even know why, as a people, why we act surprised about that shit. About them going, they didn't call that man like they did Trump, and said, "Hey man, we need you to come in. We got some. I know you got to say something, Rich. We need you to come in. What you got to say, man? Look like you itching over there.
You do know.
That's not correct. When they run a federal warrant on you, they call you and ask you to come in with your attorney. Oh. That's when he was at the airport. He was fitting to run. But what they did, they told him, you run, we season everything, and everybody in your house going to jail. That's the only reason he didn't run.
You saying that plane left by itself?
The plane never took off. It never
One
took
of the plane, one of them did.
No, but the plane, he was in Miami. It never took off.
But what plane that did take off? It was a plane that took off.
He took off from the first place to Miami, and they raided his house, and they found out he was in Miami. They told him not to leave. They still have him. By next week, he'll have an indictment. But they call you. They tell you, come on in, let me talk to you. They'll call you.
And you know it's a big old difference between the former president of the United States of America and a rap mogul.
Right. But the bottom line is we can't do what they
never
do.
can.
We learned that from day one, early on. Grandmama, mama, uncle, aunt, everybody told you, we can't do what they do. That's all it is to it.
So put this scenario out here. There was a minister in the Houston area.
Why got to be a minister?
Well, I'm just saying. I'm a minister kid, so I know the story. So
Don't tell nobody else that, man.
They told him. They had a tape, videotape.
Yep.
Him coming.
Sure did.
I love to see boys. I seen the tape. I love to see boys dance on table naked. And his church split in half. Most of the people stayed with him. Yep. And he's still in power.
Yep. Rock steady. That's what he
rock
said.
steady.
He said rock steady.
Now Bush's minister that tried to fraud them people, he's still in federal lockup. Y'all know who that is, right? Mm-hmm. So
you said Bush?
Bush is spiritual advisor.
Oh, Caldwell.
Caldwell. Everybody said, oh, he ain't going to jail. No, dude, they got too much on him. You trying to sell some stuff from World War II to the elderly? They ain't going to let you get away from it.
World War II shit.
Yeah, he was trying to sell stocks and bonds to the elderly in Louisiana. War bonds from 1945.
What the fuck?
Yeah. See, we do stupid shit.
Yeah.
And that's why it be so bad on us. You do anything to children and the elderly, they gonna come at you. Yeah.
So that whole thing with Diddy is more of a, was it kids trafficking he was doing?
Anything with trafficking, it don't make no difference.
I know it don't make no difference, but I'm asking, was it kids?
We don't know. They said.
I just know sex trafficking, period, is fucked up.
It's trafficking.
Because they going, so in Vegas, in the restrooms, when you go to the restrooms, in the lobbies of the hotels, there's a sign in there with an 800 number about sex trafficking. Because everybody know in Vegas, there's prostitutes everywhere. They selling pussy everywhere, all over Vegas.
Yeah.
They selling pussy in Vegas, period. That's just what it is. So they got all of these signs in these restrooms saying if you being sex trafficking, call this number. We have something in our restroom saying not so much about sex trafficking, but just women. If you feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
if you feel uncomfortable, call this number. If a man make you feel uncomfortable, call this number. We got that in our restroom. So, ladies, there's numbers out there, and there's things that you can do to help prevent you getting caught up in the sex traffic. Now, the problem is if they traffic your ass to a whole nother country, and that shit happens too. Because I believe a lot of these missing kids may be still alive, but not here. Yep. And they selling top dollar for these kids. These movies that we see, some of that shit be true, man. Yeah, it comes from real life. Based on real life, that shit be true. But the shit with Diddy is it's sad to see. It's fucked up. Ain't no telling who else they're gonna go after next. So whatever celebrity out there that's doing whatever, might want to clean your shit up. Because you may be the next one.
It's too late now.
If you done already seen Bill, Robert, Diddy going down, if you done already seen that shit, what you think they gonna do to you?
Yeah, they done named T.D. Jakes as being present at one of his parties.
Okay, the homosexuality stuff, I don't mind that. Like, come on, you do whatever you do in the dark, whatever. Please don't disclose that. We don't care about that. We care about the forced sex stuff. Rape and all that. We care about underage stuff. So the kids, So the homosexuality stuff, whoever it is, I don't care. I don't know how y'all feel about it. We don't care.
His shit with homosexuality, if he do homosexuality acts, as long as it's
T.D. Jakes and nobody.
Okay, but as long as it's adults.
Exactly.
Of course.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. Yes.
As long as adults, no kids. Hopefully he ain't fondling kids and shit like that. But are trafficking kids.
Yeah. Like Epstein. Yeah.
But here's the thing about it: you make all this money. It's the sex trafficking. Does it make that much money that you gotta do?
Yes.
Oh, it's
huge
big
business.
It is, but
it's big business.
it's still sick.
It's a mentality kind of thing. I don't care about the money. He got enough money. He done stole all these artists' money that he had all in the back in the day, who were the best artists at that time. He got enough money, getting royalties and residuals and all that kind of stuff to get into sex trafficking. That is a mentality. That is not just the money.
That greed?
It's the greed too, obviously, but it's that mentality. You got to be sick to do that kind of stuff. Man.
So they've been saying other celebrities have been doing shit. So all of this shit is starting to come out about these different celebrities.
But who started it?
Who started?
Who said it was going to come out?
Oh, Cat
Williams
Williams said it.
Think about his interview.
2024, he said all stories will be told.
Yeah,
all
he started it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
Yeah,
they yeah, he's right. Cat started. 50 Cent is hyping it up, and also, they also trying to low key tie Tupac's murder to him. They're trying to say that somebody in his camp, or two or more. I don't know if they got arrested or what. They were colleagues of Diddy, and they trying to say that Diddy possibly had something to do with that also.
But at one time they also had T.I. under investigation or tried to say that him and his wife was doing sex trafficking. Yeah. Like that's so crazy, huh? Oh, they said Tiffany too? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, that video. The underage kid was on that video.
With Tiffany Haddish.
Yes.
I didn't know. So a lot of shit with celebrities. I don't go into depth with it. When you hear it, you're like, what the fuck? And you don't go right into it. I think the last celebrity thing that I got into real deep was OJ.
Damn.
30 years ago.
God damn. What, you were like 19?
And that rabbit hole goes deep to this day. To this day.
That was the last time I got into real depth of some celebrity shit was with OJ. And OJ is what you say?
He's still putting out content to this day. You know, he had that book out. It's called If I Did It.
If I Did It, yeah.
Come on now.
Man, OJ needs to sit his ass down. So here's the thing about OJ. When OJ did the shit and he got off, bro, leave the fucking country. Just leave. Shut up. And shut the fuck up and just go. Get out of here and get out of sight. But I remember the day of the verdict. I was a senior in high school on the verdict. And we was in the classroom. We was in the classroom with a white teacher. and one of my partners said, if this don't go right, you about to get fucked up in there today.
It'll be a long day.
There's about to be some shit in there today. And I think that lady was in there sweating.
Shit.
When that verdict came out. So I went to all black school. So you can hear the whole school cheering for the verdict. Now if he did do it, he got away with it. If he didn't do it, he know who did it.
Yep, that's what I say.
That was our victory day. Even though it was a heinous, whatever really happened, it was horrible. But for black people, it just seemed like it was victorious because of the judicial system. But when Trump won, it was their day.
So
because everybody got knocked out.
So listen. So what white people need to understand, we're gonna talk to some white people right now, if they're gonna be watching. It wasn't the fact of OJ killing somebody. The whole killing was the bad part.
Absolutely right.
They don't understand that it was a victory for black people because we don't get off on shit.
Ever.
For some shit like that to happen, that's really some white folk shit.
It was right after the Rodney King beating and everything, and you know, Cali at that time they had a really bad infrastructure when it comes to the Cali police. Well, not NYPD, but Cali PD, LAPD, yeah, LAPD. So they were very corrupt, and for a long time, for years before that and years after that. So to have that quote unquote victory for his ass. For OJ, that it was victorious for us, but it was still a loss because, damn, it was a heinous crime. But it was still a victorious sign because, damn, somebody famous got off that was black.
And that's the thing. That's what I want to reiterate. That it was a heinous crime, and we hate that it happened. It was just the victory for black people is that wow, somebody really got off that was black.
That was black.
And them motherfuckers was mad.
Hot. Still mad.
They weren't even mad that he about the murder.
They mad he got off.
They mad he got off.
Yeah.
No, the only real people that were mad was the Goldmans and Nicole. They was the only people that were really mad. But that was the first time that ever happened to, with a black person getting off. Now, as a kid, I know we're going off the subject, but anyway, we're going to go down a rabbit hole anyhow. Yeah. So, as a kid and a black man, we are taught at an early age about the police. If you don't know somebody white, they did not know that. They don't know that. They don't know at an early age that we're taught to fear the police.
Yep.
So when I told a white friend of mine, like, man, yeah, we that's what we do. We we taught at an early age. My dad taught me as a kid. I'm sitting in the car. I see the police behind us. I look out the window. My dad, no, son, don't look at, don't stand no police down. Don't ever do that. Yeah. And at that point, every time I see the police, I'm like tunnel vision, looking one way. You don't want to give them no reason to stop you or pull you over. And my white friends did not know that. They did not understand that.
Pop, we talking about white police or black police?
Any police.
Shit, the nigga police worse. The black
Any
cop
police.
worse.
Let's talk about the myth of, oh my God, you're not allowed to turn your dome light on in your car if a police officer is passing you up. That is such a myth. Well, in the black community back in the day, don't turn your dome light on because you might get pulled over by a cop that's right behind you. That's such a myth, but we still kind of believe it to this day. Don't, like you said, just be stiff and look straight. If a cop is,
yeah, because when niggas see police, you go straight to 10 and 2.
Shit, quick.
There's a natural fear.
It's a natural fear with us when we see the police. It's not a natural fear for them.
It's natural for them to contest everything.
yes.
Yeah,
And nothing will happen.
they do the most when it comes.
I'm
to
gonna
police.
have your badge. I'm gonna have your job. We can't even think that.
Now, I got pulled out by. I just had a warrant. I took it off. Now before then. I just paid the warrant. Now, about a year ago, I got pulled over by the police. A little bit over a year ago. I got pulled over by the police. I was in Conroe.
Wrong place.
So what I did, I called my boy. I called Big Boy. I always have somebody on the phone with me when I get pulled over. I say, stay on this phone with me, dog. And as he's coming up, I'm talking shit. I don't know why the hell he pulled me over. Because I'm a black man in a decent-looking car. And I ain't did shit.
Yeah, you sound like me.
And he walked up. Sir, can I see you? All right, here. Here's everything you need. Why am I pulled over? Oh, because the paper tag. My paper tag, legit. I had just got my car. My paper tag, legit. What do you? Nah, we need to call it in. You need to call it in.
What's a call in? What's that a call in? Yeah.
So we live with this fear of the police. We live with that every day. Yep. Anytime, especially as a black man, anytime I walk out that door, I pray. And we always pray, Lord, take me safe and bring me back in one piece. Because your objective every day is to get home.
Get home.
That's your objective every day. And we living in such a fucked up time, and not only dealing with the police, dealing with dumbass people out there anyway. Especially this road rage shit that's going on. People are literally shooting people in road. I don't do road rage.
Every week is somebody new.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I don't do road rage. When I was about 13, 14 years old, me and my brother driving, and this old man cut us off. So we went on the side of them talking shit. So when we get up to the light, the old man, what y'all saying? Oh, man, you fucking. That motherfucker pulled out that gun.
Oh, shit.
And what y'all say? Oh, nothing, sir. After that day, I never did road rage no more. I don't even talk to nobody. I accidentally cut off some Mexican people one day in my car, right here on 45. Cut them off. They came and got next to me talking shit. I smiled and say, "Hey, how y'all doing? I am so sorry.
Oh.
Sorry." And they just laughed at me like, "Oh, this motherfucker crazy."
What?
Well,
no, listen to me.
Go ahead.
It went from them being angry to me to the point they like, "Oh, this motherfucker crazy." They started laughing too. Wow. And it took all that other way. Now, if I'd have went back and forth with them, it'd have been something totally different.
But it's just a simple courtesy, man. When you get into situations like that, because I've accidentally cut off people, just wave at them. You know, make some eye contact, wave at. Just a simple courtesy, man. If you drive with a little bit of courtesy, you don't have to worry about that because you disarm people and take that anger away from them. You know, you just got to know how to take that anger away from them.
Yeah. What you got to say?
Well, you know, 17 years ago, I was really more crazy than I am now. So
that's
I remember,
hard to believe, but go ahead.
Yeah, I used to have a lot of road rage, and so this one time, even though it was a parking lot, I was at HEB. I remember, I never forget this day. I was on Willcrest area in Kirkwood. Y'all know where that's at. So I was at the HEB, and a car had came out, and I had been waiting, you know, a good little while for them to put their little groceries in and all that stuff. So right when that car left, another lady came, and she hurried up and took it. Now you know when somebody know you waiting for a parking lot, they take it. That's just rude. So my crazy ass got so mad. I got so mad, I parked that car. I went and followed that lady in that HEB, and she was at the little fruit area by that time, right? So I said, I said what I had to say. Let me tell you something. You know you effing saw me, you raggedy, whatever. I'll beat you. And then I caught myself. I said, wait a minute. I am acting crazy over a parking spot all the way in HEB to go to jail. It's all on camera. Lose your job. All I could do was turn around and walk away. She was like so terrified. You know, with the white lady. So I took off because she could have reported like this lady came harass me. You know, they have cameras outside. Yeah. So ever since that, I was like, you got to take control of your anger wherever you are when you're on the road because people are fucking crazy.
Go ahead.
Pop, the reason I mentioned black police, because remember, we talking about that Tyree Nichols case. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know that's not an isolated incident. You know what I'm saying? That's just one that just got caught on camera, you know, and so forth. But I'm saying when I say police and black police, I'm like, I feel black police now. Before, if I got stopped by a black policeman, I feel like I could connect a little bit more. They might be understanding, but, I mean, they true blue, too. You know, a lot of them. But, you know, then again, not all of them. But that's why I had mentioned, you know, black and we're talking about black or white police.
So when you said, and I'm going back to Snapper, when you said that, I was thinking about when you're driving and you go to a drive-through.
My thing is, my quote of the year, last year, all the years, don't ever test somebody's crazy. Don't test them. Just be nice, be courteous, because you never know how much people will take that out of turn, or they may have they're on their last straw. Don't test somebody crazy. Just be courteous, be nice as much as you can, and take your ass home or go on with your life. Because you never know. People can meet you where you at, or people can go beyond that and, you know, shoot you, pull out a gun or whatever.
Because let me tell you something. I've been in the hospitality, the restaurant business for a long time. Mm-hmm. I've seen shit. No, I've seen shit. I'll never forget. I'm working at Buffalo Wild Wings, Applebee's, one of them, and that was a server. And these people was on his ass about every fucking thing. And I'm going to tell you what he did. We in the back. That nigga dropped that shit on the ground, put it back on the plate, and then hopped in their drink and gave it to him. Do not fuck with people at these restaurants, man. You don't know what type of day they having. You don't know.
Like that dude nutting in the mayonnaise?
Oh. Burger King. It was years ago.
This was way back in the day.
It was way back in the day. A guy was putting his semen in mayonnaise and serving it.
Now, my question is, how did that man know that was some nut in that mayonnaise? Or somebody's song.
Somebody's song.
Gotcha. 'Cause I was gonna say.
Somebody's song. He'll.
Like I said, don't test nobody's crazy. Be nice to everybody. You never know what everybody's going through.
No, because, like I said, you don't know what type of mentality people have when they going to work. You don't know if this dude, Gal, done slept with somebody. He done found out he got to go to work. You don't know if this woman boyfriend and beat her up and now she got to take this abuse at work and you adding on to it. And like, you never know what these people are going through. Even if you getting shitty service, just take the shitty service. No, take the shitty service, take your food, and always be cordial with them. Now, if you know you're not coming back to that place, when you finish eating, then talk shit. Let them have it. As long as they got your shit back there in the back. Not at quad. We don't do that at quad. And we don't do that at quad. Because at quad, if I find out, you're going to jail for fucking with people's shit.
I already think black people don't tip any damn way.
That's another thing we got going wrong. I'm working at another restaurant, and there was this white chick. Now, this white chick, she had a tattoo either on her arm, but only we saw it. We knew it that she had a tattoo because we all went out before, as a group. And she had a tattoo of that Confederate flag on her. So one day, she said, look, I don't want to take care of no black people. Man, when all the black people in that restaurant found out they worked there, that bitch don't, we for the what? They for the who ride on her. They for the jump on this lady. But she had to explain herself and we understood. But I had to tell her like, yo, it don't matter. We know black folks don't typically tip. And they was cheap as fucking now. I get it. But you still got to take care of everybody that's there.
You got to put yourself in that position because a lot of people live off of those tips.
Yeah.
I was a waitress at Maxwell's when it was open.
Maxwell's.
And that was the very, very first time that I had ever did any type of waitressing. And I mean, people buying beer and they buying the little drinks or whatever.
Do explain.
But people would definitely, give $2, $1, whatever. I know it's not food, but I'm saying I had to work hard for those little tips or whatever. But it's important, just to be nice to them. If you start out being nice to a waiter or waitress, you're going to have a great service. You are. And you tip them as,
And let me sure to say, at that time, how much was the service making at that time?
It's like $2.15. We still got a check, at the end of the week. But those tips.
So it didn't go up much. Servers make $2.75 an hour. If anybody don't know, $2.75 as a server, and they still get taxed. If you're not taking care of a server and you don't understand what these people are going through or what they make, come on, man. Honestly, $10 is $10. If you gave somebody $10, that's really not much. That's not a lot. So one time I went to Saltgrass, ate at Saltgrass, and I had this white boy who was a server who took care of us. I could tell the attitude was fucked up because I'm black. And his mentality was already, man, I got somebody black, this, that, whatever. So I told the person I was with, I said, look, this is what I'm going to do. Service bad, but I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to fuck him up. Came back with a check, paid it, and tipped him $40. The whole thing shifted. His whole attitude. He's like, oh, sir, what else? You want me to box this up for you? You want me to do? The whole thing shifted because when he saw me, he saw black. He judged me already, not knowing that I'm in this business. He didn't know that. I didn't tell him I'm in this business. He didn't know that. He assumed I'm just gonna get a funky ass $5 or some shit like that, and that's it. But once I tipped him that $40, the best service in the world. Right after that, go ahead, Rich.
I'm gonna share a story with you.
Go ahead.
Where this Shipley's Donut location is, it used to be a club back in the day. And Terrence he know where I'm going with this here, cause what happened was his family had a big party, huge party. All generations was there. I was there because I'm a friend of the family. So I was outside, and the birthday boy got mad at the girl at the bar and went in the tip jar and took her money. The girl got on the phone and called the owner. The owner came, walked up into the establishment, walked up to him, and popped him in the head in front of the whole family, mama, grandmother, auntie, right here on this corner. And they had to they called a citywide, they dropped a citywide alert because you had the whole family. That's like you being there and the birthday boy is on the ground bleeding out. They had over, I say about 75 units here. Right here on that corner, that Shipley.
It used to be a house, right?
Yeah, it used to be a house. But
it was a club.
It was a club, and the lady that shot him was a retired police officer, and she got no bill, and she's walking around the street right now.
And I used to DJ at that. I DJed for her like 2 times over there. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Hey, Julius. It's something I want to talk about. We're going to take a quick break. But it's something I want to talk about, and it's going to end everything for the night. Men and women, what's your worth? What are you worth? Because I got a story behind that, and we're going to come right back with that. Hi, now, it's your boy. We back. Big Stick Energy. And I always talk about our sponsors, Brock Brand and the Quad and the Den. We got all this stuff going on. We're about to get some more sponsors real soon. We're working on it. But before we left, I asked the question, and it's for men and women. And the reason why I asked that because I think a lot of people don't understand themselves in life. And when you don't understand yourself, you let anything and everything happen to you. Even my story, at one time, I had to learn myself. And you got to love yourself. Now I love the shit out of me. At one time, I didn't. People got to know what they're worth. And you can't let other people handle you and fuck over you, and I see it happen so much. I see it happening now, and within somebody in my family, to the point that I don't think they understand their worth, how much they're worth, and when you deal with somebody who talks shit to you, talk down on you, and don't like you. The problem with some people, they love somebody that don't like them. And I've been down that road, loving somebody that don't even like me. We all go through that shit. I have been through that. Anybody got some stories, anything you wanna we wanna talk about it, because this might help somebody for what somebody out there going through some type of shit like that's in love with a motherfucker that don't even like them, and you put these people on a pedestal, We gotta stop putting people on the pedestal. You are the pedestal. You gotta become that person. You gotta love yourself more than you love anybody else. And that goes along with your kids too. And you gotta teach your kids that. Snapper, say what you gotta say.
Okay, real quick. I was in a, I shared it at another podcast, but I was in a, about 10 years ago, I was in a very abusive relationships, mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. But there are signs, and again, like you said, know your worth. And at that time, I didn't know my worth. I just didn't love myself. So I accepted, really anything from men. And I was dating this guy, and the sad part was he was living with me, no job. And it was one particular night where at that point when you see a sign, or at least you know your worth, you won't tolerate certain things. So he had called me a bitch in front of my 6-year-old nephew, which scared, we were arguing, and he was so scared that the little boy never even, he told his mom he never came back. But at that point, I should have said, you know what, I can't talk to you anymore because I'm worth better than that, than you calling me bitches and hoes in front of my nephew, and, I'm supposed to be your girl. No respect. But, like I said, when you don't love yourself, you don't know your worth, I stayed. And as I stayed, that's what happened. I got abused. The signs are early, but you have to know who you are, like you say, know your worth and love yourself. And I didn't. And there are consequences when you don't love yourself.
Because one thing about, I'm going to let you talk, Terrence. One thing about it, people will learn you, and they'll know what they can and can't do to you. So you got to be able, in the beginning, put that stamp on whatever it is. Put the stamp on, hey, nah, motherfucker, you ain't finna treat me like this. Because if you don't, people will push you all the way to that edge. To that point that you forget yourself. And there's been plenty of times when I was going through what I was going through, I had to just look myself in the mirror and say, man, what the fuck am I doing? Like, really, what am I doing? Go ahead, Terrence.
So, my worth, the way you dress, your worth, the way you talk, your worth, the people you hang around. I had an issue with a female colleague that at work, and she would follow me around. One time I went in the restroom. When I came out, she was there, and I was like, what's going on, and so forth. Now, you can't dress down. To me, you're not supposed to dress down a female. She was a other nationality. I ain't gonna say what. She was other nationality, and stuff like that. So I was like, what's your problem with me, and so forth. And basically, she had issues with, I think, black people in general. But I think she was just focusing on me, and so forth.
Because you are black.
That's right. Beautiful. So, with that said, I told her one day, I say, look, to sum it up, I was like, hey, you have to leave me alone. I'm not built like that. We're not used to people just messing with us like that. I ain't used to you doing that. She said, I don't care. I'll just tell them that a black man is messing with me, and I'll get you fired.
Hey, so, yeah, brother, that definitely watch yourself at work, what y'all do at work, man. Even me being a business owner, I got to watch what I say and watch what I do around staff, because you can have staff, you can say something and they hear it and they can go back and say, I feel uncomfortable.
Right, exactly.
So as an owner, I got to watch what I say and what I do around my staff. Even when customers will come in and talk and say this and say that, I can see my staff coming by, hey, watch what you say. Because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. I don't want nobody to feel uncomfortable. Go ahead.
So a person's worth is something inside of them that they have to always work on. Because if you are looking at someone else and you're trying to be like someone else, you'll never accomplish anything in your life because you're a follower. I've always told my kids to be a leader and be confident in who they are. Because it's always going to be a beautiful person or somebody that's got this or that. If you're focusing on that, you can't focus on who you are, as a person. Everybody has a great quality about them. I fixate on what I do best. And if a person doesn't like me or what I can bring, to the table, that's their loss. We have conversations about this all the time, in my collective or my girl group, the ones that's worth it. But you worth it. And I always try to say things positive about that lady back there. I always do because I see it. I know it. I know who she is. I know who I am. And people who don't see that, why do you give a damn? Why do you waste time on somebody that don't give a damn about you or don't care about you? Right. If they can't pour something positive in you,
leave them alone.
Seriously, who cares? So worth is collectively just inside of you. You have to make yourself feel good. Like you said, you used to feel a certain way, but a light turned on and you changed that narrative for yourself. You have to, because nobody else will.
And Snapper, everybody love you. Everybody love you. You was everybody talked about you up in Vegas. We love you. No, in a good way. No, everybody love. No. So
that's beautiful. That makes me feel
good. Yeah. Everybody, so you're loved, and keep that energy with everybody. Never change who you are. Because one thing about this though, to me, emotional abuse is the worst. I at one time was emotionally and verbally abused in an abusive relationship with a woman. I can remember one time she got mad and drunk and started punching on me, and I told her, "Come on, punch, keep on." Because I told her, I say, now that shit, that's gonna heal. That busted lip, that's gonna heal. But that emotional shit, I still feel that. And the shit that you say to me, I still remember that. We talked about words hurt. Those words hurt.
Do you forgive and forget?
I forgive and forget. You gonna still remember. You never forget. Here's the thing about it. And people, I'm telling everybody, stop holding grudges against people. Let it go. If you want your blessings, let that shit go. And before I let you talk, Pat here right now. He over there. And I'm going to say something, Pat. My best friend just passed, big boy. Now, years ago, 15, 20 years ago, however long ago, him and Pat had an argument. They stopped talking to each other. Big boy held on to that grudge forever. When we opened up, Pat started coming around, I told Big Boy, you got to let that shit go.
Yes, sir.
Because over the years, we all mature. Over the years, we all change. We're not that same person that we was 15, 16, 20 years ago. We're not that same person. You got to let that shit go. And before he passed, him and Pat,
squashed that shit.
That shit was over. I don't know if Pat even know that, but I'm telling him now.
Yeah.
You cannot hold grudges against nobody. Live your life better than that. What you got to say, Vic?
It's a real simple statement. I tell people this all the time. Unforgiveness is like poison you drink thinking the next person gonna die from it. You literally torture yourself, not forgiving them. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. Because otherwise you're enslaving in your own mind. They're going on living their own life, not thinking about you, but you think about that every time you wake up. And that's you. That's a self-inflicted wound at that point.
But you know, Pac said in his song, "Oh, you're a Muslim now." I was just laughing at you. So people, you're right. Some people, they come up to you, they make that reference to the old you, not knowing that you've had some life change or you decide to do something different as you've matured. You're right. Now, they're supposed to let that go, but they come and say, oh, you still doing whatever, drugs, or you still dancing at LaBelle's, Leslie? No, I'm just playing.
Les, you gonna
I'm
call
sorry.
Les? You dancing LaBelle's, Les?
Hold on.
It's a
That
joke.
nigga was with me that night. That nigga was with me that night. Shit.
My bad, I'm sorry.
No, but for real though, forgiveness is a major part. We all need to start forgiving people for what they've done and move on from it. I ain't saying forget it, but forgive them. I'm gonna let you talk 1 second, because when you forgive and forget about all that dumbass shit that happened and move on with your life, when that person comes around, you know how to treat that. You know what to do with that person now. You know how to handle people now. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell them, just squash the shit. Forgive it and keep going. Hold on. What you gotta say, Rich?
Well, my opinion is, I think a lot of it starts with jealousy.
Yeah.
I'm not jealous of nobody. I'm cool with a lot of people like Les. Les is a pilot. I worked at airline. I know what it takes for what he has to do. But some people will sit there and say, oh, you don't do this here. Oh, you wasn't in law enforcement. You don't know nothing. But then, when the white folks show up at their house, I get a call. Say, man, can you help me, man? You want me to help you? Man, don't let nobody else know. It's going to come out. I forgive you. You can talk all that. I'm going to still try to help you. That's just me.
Go ahead, Terrence.
You know, in knowing my work, one thing that I did do was I did have a grudge against somebody that me and like Les know, and Rich probably know him too, for a long time. To finally, you know, Les said, "Hey man, let that go, man. It ain't where that was high school. Let it go." You know what I'm saying? It took a while. It did. But then on the other hand, I had an issue with a family member who used to treat my mother, you know. Now, I didn't know what the history they had together. I mean, they were related. It was a sister, you know, and stuff like that. So it's like when my mother passed, I was angry at that person. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time, probably up until before she passed, to just say, you know what, I'm going to try. Lord, work with me. You know what I'm saying? And so forth. So, I mean, it's easier said than done, you know. But once you do it, I mean, you feel relieved. You know, you try to think about the positive things and so forth. But somehow that negative just keeps coming back every now and then. But I try to laugh it off and say, you know what? It wasn't worth it.
You got something to say, Vic?
Well, yeah, forgiveness is just a release. You're releasing yourself, too. Not only them, but you're releasing yourself, because if you think about it, every time you see that person that comes back in you again, that means it's still controlling you. So you want to have your own self-control and not allow outside situations to affect you and how you live, because, again, you swallowing that poison, they ain't dying. You're the one that's getting it. It's self-inflicted. So, I mean, and people say a lot of times forgive and forget. Well, you're not ever going to forget, like Pop said, but you don't have to allow it to continue to affect how you deal with that person. And nobody's saying you have to fellowship with them, for lack of a better word. You don't have to fool with them like that, but you forgive them. And like Pop said, you maybe deal with at arm's length, but you forgive. And you really, if nothing else, do it, because if you don't forgive, I'm going to get biblical, he ain't going to forgive you. That's what it says.
Go ahead.
Just real quick, when we talking about your worth, also know your boundaries. I mean, you got to stand firm on your boundaries. Some people, like you said earlier, that people will try to overstep your boundaries, test you, do all kind of stuff because they know they can get especially loved ones or friends. They know they can. They just know they can. So you also have to stand firm on your boundaries and know when to cut somebody off, because everybody, even though they're a loved one or their blood, they could be a family member or just a friend, everybody's not for you. So stand firm on your boundaries. Make sure that, you come up on top, because the person you got to live with for the rest of your life is yourself and your mental. So your mental health is the most important thing. That's what I got to say.
So before we wrap this up, I'm going to say this. People that hate on you, because we all got haters. People that hate on you always want to see you down. I've gotten word from associates and people that I know, friends that I know, about other motherfuckers that I grew up with, went to school with, or whatever the situation may have been, that I know these people have down-talked me, and I've never done nothing to them but showed a number of love. And when I hear that, I'm like, wow, really? They really said that? Yeah, they said that about you, blah, blah, blah. It does, at first, initially, what is that? Oh. He gonna, okay. So initially, it kind of hurt at first, because you've never done nothing to this person. You never had any beef. You never talked bad about it. You never had nothing negative to say about this person, but they have something negative to say about you. But when I told these people, when I told them, here come our drinks finally. But what I told this person was, you know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna let you talk. I don't care. When I see them, I'm still gonna shake their hand. I'm still gonna I'm still gonna be me towards them. If they ever decide to come here to hang out, I'm gonna buy them a drink. Cause one thing about it, my grandma used to tell me, baby, you kill them with kindness, and it's gonna make them feel even worse that they hated on you. Kill them with kindness. What you got to say, Antonio? You was quiet all day. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I was always told that if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing something right. So I'm just gonna keep on doing me, and you're gonna keep on hating. And let you worry about it, because I ain't.
So here's the thing about all this, and we finna wrap it up. We finally got our drinks, and this is something that our bartender, what's her name? Kalina made this. Now, she made the blue and orange for the Astros. Astros played their first game today.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So she made it for the Astros, blue and orange. And honestly, I don't know what's in it, but I'm going to drink it anyway. Mm-hmm. So what you got to say, T? We're going to wrap it up. Go ahead.
Love conquers all things. And like the pastor said in the back, Who? Love conquers. Love conquers all things. I'm in a different place myself. Like you said, I'm on another level, so it doesn't affect me. When you get promoted, because misery loves company. So you get promoted, for example, and they made you manager. Yeah, they did. And not because of you. And I'm not even worried about you. I'm in a different place now.
Love yourself before you can love anybody else. You can't effectively love anyone unless you find the love in yourself.
Yeah, you got to forgive. I mean, I got 2 of my worst beatings because of my childhood friend, but I still love him. You know, but I didn't mention no names.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wrap this up. At the end of the day, know your worth. Know your worth. Know you, and love yourself, no matter what. Cause ain't nobody gonna love you more than you.
That's true.
And in the words of T.O., I love me some me.
Yep.
And then you could go love everybody else. Cause right now, I'm feeling the love, and I love all y'all on this panel. I thank y'all for being a part of this. Don't forget.
Love you back.
Once again, Big Stick Energy is brought to you by Brock Brand, Quad Houston, the Dead Cigar Lounge, and we're going to have a good time next week with the fellas. Fellas, make sure y'all here. Thank y'all once again to my panel. I enjoyed y'all. I know we didn't get deep today, but the last pet session we did get kind of deep, talking about knowing yourself and knowing your worth. But I thank y'all once again. Big Stick Energy, once again, Thursdays, right here at the Den if you want to join us. I got the big stick, and I got all the energy.
That's too
Let's
much
have
information.
a good night.